Hello, Jack here. I feel like I should perhaps film a little touching base video because I've been off of the YouTube for a while. Uh, Again, the lack of video has to do more with very little happening in the hormonal world. Most of my transition right now is trying to get a job that'll fund surgery, and realizing that people who didn't know me before don't see all the feminine cues poking out that I see. I still have quite a few self-confidence issues, but they're not nearly as pronounced because, I mean, things are just going really well in that regard. Yeah. So I'm going to MBLGTACC next Friday, which stands for Midwest Bisexual, Lesbian, Gay, Transgender, and Ally College Conference. And this is really awesome. You have no idea how awesome this is. Because I went to MBLGTACC for 3 years in what I call College Part 1, because right now I'm in college for the second time, going for degrees 2 and 3. So I went from 2007 to 2009 and just had a blast. I mean, some years are more of a blast than others. 2007, it just rocked 100%, and then 2008 there were some issues. Which if you were there in 2008, you probably remember, because I know that Eric Alva was there, and he was the first American soldier who was wounded, and I think it was either Afghanistan or Iraq. I don't know, but he lost a leg, and had some other things happen. And afterwards, there were some anti-militaristic queer people who were badgering him over the microphone, which I have no comment on. Because I don't personally have a problem with Eric Alva, but I also see that where they were coming from. But anyway, it was just a mess. And 2009 I barely remember, but I know that I did have a good time. Anyway, I'm babbling now, and I'm going off script, which is okay because my script is fairly short for me anyway. So I'm looking forward to going with people from my new school. I really look forward to hanging out with these people from school who I haven't hung out with them, so they're more acquaintances than friends, and that might change. I don't know, it depends. And I'm hoping to maybe introduce them to my many friends that are going to MBLGTACC this year. Some of my best friends are going, some of whom I've never gotten to share an MBLGTACC experience with, so yeah. It's just a good thing all around. Anyway, in news that isn't news, because this really isn't news, it's just something that I've been made aware of that I found interesting. A while ago, I was thinking, because I know quite a few sets of identical twins, and at least one set of identical triplets in which not all of them are cisgender. There are quite a few identical twins in which one of them will transition and the other doesn't. And I know at least one set of identical triplets where I think 2 of them actually are transgender and 1 of them isn't. And just my thought process went to conjoined twins, and if that was something that would ever happen, and how that would probably get awkward. Anyway, I forgot about this train of thought because it's not really something that I think about on a regular basis. It's not something that occupies my mind or anything. And then I found out, when I was looking for something entirely different, that the conjoined twins that most people know as Lori and Dory, or Lori and Reba, who they're conjoined at the head, and they've been on Jerry Springer and Nip Tuck, and they tend to be in the media a lot. Lori is now George, and I don't really have anything to say about that. I don't have like a value statement or anything, but I have this knowledge now, and it just so happened that I was thinking about that, and I confirmed that it has in fact happened at least once. So that's all I'm saying about that. Finally, I'm trying to heal, or rather eradicate, perhaps, some of the prejudices that I've collected over the years. I'm getting back into more radical queer politics in a way. I'm nowhere near where I was in my radical heyday, which was maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. And yeah, I'm getting more into that, probably because of some recent events in my life that have changed my perspectives, or rather reinvigorated some of my perspectives. And I'm trying to reestablish the level of tolerance that I used to have, because over the years there have been incidents, so to speak, with certain groups of people who I don't inherently have a problem with, but culturally speaking, they have occasionally said things that have offended me. And outside of that radical context, it sort of developed into prejudices that I know are not accurate or good. And I'm trying really hard through personal education and things like that to get rid of those prejudices so that I can be back in the more tolerant frame of mind that I used to be in. And I'm hoping that MBLGTACC will help me with that. Usually they have a pretty diverse array of people. But yeah, what did I write here that I forgot to say? There's certain... It's largely an issue of mental criticism. I'm not an openly bigoted person as far as I'm aware. But my mind goes to places that I don't want it to go. And so I'm trying to, again, re-educate myself to get rid of that, so that I can have a more accurate perspective on people, instead of relying on stereotypes and stupid prejudices. But anyway, I don't have much else to say right now. Classes are going good. Testosterone is going good. Life isn't terrible. And I'm still alive. I'm here, as you can tell. So, happy trails, and I will see you next time.